That's quiet, isn't it? Well, 1 minute to go. Apparently there's someone here. Two people. What's happening? No peoples. Fibbers. Right. Well, we didn't expect to... oh, my toolbox is moving. Hey, we're live from the garage. First things first. Not a sponsor. Well, the plan for this tonight was to share a video. I've got a video for you guys. But then, actually, let's just scoot right back. Scoot right back to 2 weeks ago when I was getting excited that we had 20 subs left to around 500. So I text my mate, said, dude, I've got this idea for a 500 sub video. Do you fancy it? He said, yes, let's do it. We started organizing the 500 sub video. Then within a couple of days, we were post 500 subs. Something's just gone mad. Well, we know what's gone mad. The shed video. You all love a bit of wood. But post the 500 video, it's now escalated. And in 2 weeks, we were heading for 1,000 subs. So you will get the 500 sub video. But you can't even have it for 1,000 subs because we're now already on 1,000 subs. Now, I was on 999 and I was like, do I do this? Don't I do this? Do I go live, answer a few questions, or do I not? And then 999, I was like, I have to. And then I posted it. We're now on 1,000 subs. So this is your official, unofficial. Sam wasn't ready for it. No planning, no prep at all. Throw the laptop in, hotspot to the phone, and we're live in the garage, sat on a toolbox. It's 1,000 sub party. I just thought I'd bring myself here on YouTube live to everyone, and answer some questions that I've been getting on the videos. Obviously, the shed video is the one that has gone mad, but you nasty people on YouTube who keep commenting, it's only the shed video. All my other videos have escalated too, and I cannot thank you lot enough. So I just thought I would come on here, express my gratitude and how excited I am for where this journey's gone within 6 months when I started with 420 subs, which I'd accumulated over. That's how excited I am. That's a big word for me. Accumulated. I've accumulated over like, I think my YouTube channel's been going for about 10 years. It started with fitness. Then it went into cheerleading. Then it was podcasts. Then it was vlogging. And then I left it alone. And now it's this. So I've got some questions that you guys have been asking. So I just thought, why not jump on a live and answer them? So the first one I've got is, what is the next thing for the garage? Now, this is quite a funny one. I am going to be building a unit here. I found a unit I wanted to buy, and I just thought, why buy it when I can build it? So I'm going to build a workbench / unit down this end of the garage, probably over the Christmas period. It's that one of your videos from now till Christmas. But there are some very exciting things happening in my life right now that are going to slow down the garage process. Don't want to say too much in case they don't happen. It's not YouTube based. It's just life based, but there's no point me pushing forward, creating my dream garage if said plans come off. So I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give too much of my life away. You guys see a lot on here. So, yeah, some plans that are going on in my life, in our life, my family's life. The garage progress is going to slow down a bit too much because I don't want to spend thousands in this garage to make my dream garage if it's not going to be worth it. So next for the garage is going to be a unit build here, workbench with some shelving. And I'm going to move some of the shelving from this side to accommodate a bit more space and come together to make a unit that I looked at buying and just thought, you know what? You guys love the 48-hour shed build, and the ones that don't believe I didn't do it in 2 days, do one. Because I did. Oh, God, the comment of the guy who said I was annoying after my mate had turned up and then asked for advice. Right, back off that. We're not going to talk comments. So, garage. So, yeah, and then the garage progress is going to slow down because of other things that happen in life. Not because I can't or don't want to, because it might end up not being worth it if the said things come off. So, yeah, what's next for the garage is a unit build, a new unit build down this far end, and a few other bits and bobs over the Christmas period. So the next question. What's been the best thing about the new angle of the channel? Do you know what? There's two best things that have come out of the angle of the channel. I don't want to go too back into the past regarding the show and the podcast and the live show I used to do, because that was a great stepping stone in my life. But the new angle of the channel was always there. Certain people were saying to me, they've said to me for years, Sam, why don't you just film everything you do? Because my life is pretty intense and I have ideas and I just do them. Why one angle it? So the multi-angle, which is why you're now getting the car, the shed videos, whatever I'm going to build, the garage build, whatever I'm going to build or make or progress to, if I think it fits in with the channel, which is a broader spectrum than what it used to be, it brings me enjoyment. So the first, to the question of the best thing about the new angle for the channel is, the first thing is the enjoyment that I get from it. It's only me that's responsible for the content, unless the car blows up. It's only me that's responsible for getting it out there. If I turn up, the channel turns up. And just the enjoyment. I was always building things in the background anyway. I was always messing with things, tinkering, taking things apart, modifying things. And I always had a car background. If you watch the first video to when I explained the new angle of the channel, then you'll know. I had a big car background. I used to have the Polo, the old Polo, not Bolt, Polly, the Pocket Rocket, S808 ARC. She was my first love. No, actually, I had Alex first before I bought that. Whoops. I hope she's not watching. And the Polly, the Pocket Rocket, was a Volkswagen Polo 1.4 16-valve Sport, double overhead cam with Yamaha bike carbs. Well, I converted to Yamaha bike carbs, 4-to-1 manifold. It was rapid for what the engine was. Upset a lot of big engine people. So then to full cycle back years after, and this is going to lead into my second point to what is the best thing about my new angle of the channel, is to circle back. The love that my son had for anything that made a noise, engine, plane, helicopter, train, truck, car, and it grew and grew and grew as like 3 or 4 months old. He showed these expressions, and then I found my love back for cars and for engines. Not back for tinkering with things, because anyone needed help, I'd go help them with a car. I'd go change some brake pads, put some lights in things, build something out of wood in the back of a car, camper van, etc. If you haven't seen the Dinky Camper episode during lockdown, we built a Dinky Camper. Go see that too. So my second point from this is me and my family get to enjoy this together, which obviously my family get to see me happy, but also the family. We've already had 2 family holidays racing. I'm at home. I'm working on the drive. I'm working in the garage. I'm at home. I'm not traveling. I'm not filming podcasts where I'm having to go out to people's houses or people's studios. I'm at home, and my wife enjoys cars. My wife enjoys the shows. She enjoys camping. So does my son. So yeah, the 2 main reasons what the channel has brought to me. Sorry, the 2 main things of why the new angle of the channel is so exciting for me is the family orientation that we can do together. And we've already got some big plans for 2026, traveling as a family with the race car. And then also I get to just be myself, and you get to see the enjoyment I have tinkering, messing, building, and the crazy ideas I have. And I don't like buying things. I'd rather make them. So yeah, they're the 2 enjoyments. The best thing about the new angle of the channel is my enjoyment and be happy. And that shows how happy I've been in the last 6 months. And now we have 1,000 of you subscribed. That still sounds absolutely insane. 1,000 people are subscribed to this channel. It's incredible. So what's the next modification on Bolt going to be? Let me just have a bit of a sip. Working all weekend on the mic, and my voice is gone. Dry lips. 30 odd hours on the mic. And this channel probably will get to see my full-time job at some point. So what's the next modification on Bolt going to be? So obviously you've seen the start of the brakes. We're going to finish the brakes. And then we're going to move on to adding on the spacers for the wheels, adding on the bigger tires. But the next 2 big projects from now until we start race season again in like March time, maybe, if we can get out that early for some testing, is going to be the seats. So we've got fiberglass bucket seats. The covers are damaged, so I'm going to take the damaged covers off. I'm actually going to prep and paint the fiberglass seats black, and then make some seat cushions and padding, so they look pretty cool, because they're going to be like gloss black. It's a kind of carbon fiber looking. But yeah, the seat covers they're just janky, and they're burnt and ripped and horrible from the previous owner. So the seats, and then the biggest project's going to happen from now until we start testing next year is induction. We want to get more straight flow cold air induction to the turbo. We want to get more cold air over the now this might be, I'm trying to think how to say this, because some people might disagree with me, but it's something I want to try. I want more cold air over the intake manifold. So I want to fix more cold straight air going into the turbo. I want to fix more cold air going in over the intake manifold, because when we were racing at Pod, I noticed the intake manifold got very, very hot. And then also some more air over the intercooler, which obviously we were going to do this year, and it was just a bigger job. So with those 3 things for cooling and air, the bumper has to have a lot of modifications, and I'm also going to try and aerodynamically fit in the inducts, or the ducts into the bumper, and also smooth it off a bit more. But with that, I also want to put I'm not going to try and say the word, a heat sink gasket in between the head and the inlet manifold, which also helps with the cooling of the inlet manifold. And because of where the pipe's going to run for the turbo ducting, we're going to have to move the battery. So this is why this is a big project, because piping for the induction, bumper modifications, the battery has to be moved. And now people want to keep it in the front. I am not ready yet to make a big solid hanging front bumper for the car to keep the battery and the weight over the front wheel. So I'm going to put it in the passenger footwell, which will balance the weight out anyway. So the battery is going to be relocated to the passenger footwell, and then the pipes will be able to run smoothly there. Obviously, in the bumper changes themselves, and then also I think it's called a philharmonic, or as I didn't want to try the word, and I've done it. Why have you done that on a live, Sam? To keep the cooling. It's basically like a heat sink. It absorbs the heat from the head and doesn't let it get to the inlet manifold. Also with this, there is a turbo pipe that comes out of the intercooler and into the inlet manifold, and it runs quite a far cycle back round. With the bumper modifications and the front end and the radiator and the intercooler that we're going to change, I want to shorten the length from the intercooler to the inlet manifold. So yeah, the next two modifications on Bolt are going to be the seats and then the front end modifications, cooling modifications, battery location modifications. So those two projects, once the brakes are done, well, those three projects are probably going to all happen bitterly. Like, we're going to put the spaces on the wheels. The tires might come at some point next year, but then I'll get the seats out. We'll start prepping those. Then we'll start taking the bumper off, etc. So these three projects are going to be from now until we start testing next year. There'll be three projects running: the seats, the bumper and the cooling, the battery location, which is part of the bumper and cooling, and then the front end brake assembly and finishing off the stance and how wide and what tires we're going to get on there. So yeah, quite a lot to get done over the winter period. So what's next? Oh, this is quite an interesting one. We'll pick this one. We've been going now for 17 minutes. So we'll do one last question. What is the end goal with the Polo? Have fun. No, that's not. I'm just gonna leave it at that. So the end goal with the Polo, obviously, 13 seconds. To go 13 seconds is the next goal. Next year will be to go 13 seconds plus a track day, unless I've gone full drag, full strip car. I don't mean drag by dressing up. Full drag, full straight line car, and it's just way out the way that it can't ever be reset. 17s on, bigger brakes, change the stance, and take it on a track day. I really would like to take it on a circuit day before I fully commit myself to the straight line. Towards the back end of next year, I would like to break the 12s. I'm going bold here. I would like to break the 12s. And before I go for the end goal, that was close than he said it. So I'd like to go 13s next year. Track day, maybe, unless I get full sucked into going in a straight line. I am looking at running a series too. So European front wheel drive are doing a 3-part series where you have to attend 2 races. Sadly, with work, I can only attend 2 races. But that means traveling, which is, I said a couple of minutes ago, we have some plans to travel. So I'm looking at entering a series. Is the car fast enough? No, it's not. Why am I entering the series then? Because why not? Why keep doing all this, spending all this money, spending all this time just to go and do run what you brungs and track days? Enter a series. Gives a bit more vibe. More vibe? No. Gives a bit more reasoning to why we're doing what we're doing and some more content for you guys. But I think to keep me sucked into it and keep me going is to get in a series. It's not too much of a big series. I'm not going to have to do 7 or 8 races. I'm just going to have to do 2 out of the 3, hopefully. Luke, if you're watching, please tell me if I'm wrong. But yeah, European front wheel drive. So next year, we're going to go 13 seconds, 100%. Mid 13 seconds. That's happening. We're looking at joining a series. So we'll go 2 away days, 2 away races. We are going back to Bug Jam. We're going to attend in Bug Jam. Maybe a circuit day, but that's, I don't know yet. Back end of next year, I'd like to get in to the high 12 seconds. The end goal is this car should be able to go high 10 seconds. Oh, he said it. This car should be able to go high 10 seconds. With the modifications you can get out of this is not just me being special and oh my god, I'll be able to do it and I'll be able to get as much money and spend loads of money on it and whatever else. And I know the people who can make it that fast and I can drive it that quick. Someone's making some nice dinner, man. My heater is blowing it in to the garage. Hopefully it's the wife. Yeah, so if I don't want to go faster and I don't want to be starting getting down there, why wouldn't I? So what I was going to say is that the modifications that are there for a 20-valve turbo, how small the car is, the content and the accessibility for the parts for these cars, that car, if I can drive it on the right day, should be able to go high 10 seconds. So that was a long-winded answer to a short question, but what is the end goal with the Polo? 2026 goals are we run a 13 seconds, we join a series with a European front-wheel drive. Back end of the year, we run a 12, high 12s, maybe a nice cold October or September. When was it? I think it was October or September. Yam Yam test day. That's 2026 in a nutshell for you. But the long goal is Bolt will run high 10 seconds. Right. That's the last question. This has been incredible. Like I say, it wasn't planned. 22 minutes in the end. This was not planned at all. I might start doing some more of these lives if you think I should. Throw your questions in the comments and tell me what you think. But I can't believe. Let's just see. Let's have one last sub check. A 1,000 subscribers. Bish bash bosh. I can't believe it. Is it? Yeah, I would never, ever, ever have thought it at all that we could get to 1,000 subscribers on this channel. Yeah, keep it up. Tell me in the comments what you want. More shed videos. You want more shed videos? Bring it on. You guys have been incredible. I'll see you all on the flip side. Spuds.